My name is Ken Evans. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Connexial. We make the My20 brand of products for the trucking industry. So today, we're going to be talking about digital load execution. And technology is doing some wonderful things for us as far as enabling us to make better decisions and to make our operations more efficient. So what we want to talk to you about today is give you a little glimpse of the technology that we're developing and is rolling out this year for load execution. So everyone knows what a challenge it is to keep track of paper, and it's no fun. And so we've decided we're going to solve that. So we have the in-cab technology. We already make ELDs. We already make fleet management products. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But as we get into that, who is Connexial? A little bit about the company. Some of you haven't heard of us before, but I want to tell you who we are. If you look, our mission is to create superb technology. And we want to make technology that's intuitive, easy, connected, secure, and most of all, affordable. The technology should generate a lot more value than our customers have to pay for the technology. And we're very focused on it because our team is what makes the difference. So this is a US-based company. It's based in Knoxville, Tennessee. And the team has a wealth of experience, years and years of experience in the trucking and the supply chain industry. So we have an experienced team and a very responsive team. The most important thing for us is the service that we provide to our customers. So when you call, you're actually going to get someone in Knoxville, Tennessee, who's going to basically be able to handle whatever questions or support that you need. And they have a heart for service, and that's the kind of people that we hire. So what are the three key criteria that we look for in the team members that we bring into a company? We look for three things. We look for humility. We don't want people who think they know all the answers, because that's never true. And we want people who focus on others before they focus on themselves. We look for integrity. That's a non-negotiable with us. Our company, we always want to do the right thing. We always want to try to do the right thing, regardless of how painful that might be. And then we look for professionalism. We want to be seen as the professionals in the industry. These are the folks you call when you need to improve your business and you need help. So just a little bit, some of the companies that we've done business with. We're the #1 rated ELD system on Amazon. Have sold more ELDs on Amazon over the past 6 years than anyone. We're also a 4-year Freight Tech 100 winner, as rated by FreightWaves. And what they do is they go out and look for the most innovative companies in the trucking industry. So we're honored to have been recognized for that 4 years running. And then we're a trusted trading partner with FreightWaves. So if you go to freightwaves.com, you look at their rating section, we're one of only 3 or 4 companies that they have as a trusted trading partner. So how does this technology work, right? Everybody's got apps and hardware and this kind of stuff. How does this work, and what makes it different? So we offer a fully integrated fleet management system, but it's built based on edge computing. And some of you may not know what edge computing is. Everybody's heard of the cloud, and they've heard of mobile, and they've heard of apps, right? Well, in most systems in the trucking industry, all that data gets gathered in the cab. It gets transmitted back to a giant cloud server, and it gets processed. And then the decisions get sent back to the cab, okay? We actually have changed the industry by creating this concept called edge computing. So we actually take the server, all the work that used to be done on the server, and it's moved out to actually be done on the mobile device, either an iOS device or an Android device. Well, that offers a lot of benefits for the guy who's operating the truck, the driver, the mobile worker. And some of those benefits are it works with or without a cell phone signal, okay? So when you're out of coverage, the technology still works, okay? It also has very fast response and low latency. So it's very intuitive. It works without hiccups, okay? And so that gives a great advantage when you're doing all the compute and all the processing there locally. So some of the things that are included in the fleet product, clearly it's HOS compliance for those drivers who are driving CMVs, who have to manage their time. We support all of the regulatory rule sets for cycles, all the exceptions. We have some really unique technology that comes into play for things like agriculture, for things like short haul, local concrete delivery. So all of those rule sets get supported through this technology. And then truck telemetry. So if you think about it, there's a computer attached to the truck and it's producing data constantly. So we're actually looking at that data every second, and we're actually able to evaluate what the truck is doing second to second. And we can give very precise answers to fleets that want to know, hey, how is my driver doing? Does he have a speeding problem? If so, how big is that problem? Well, we can do things through this technology like say, okay, we're going to allow the driver to have a 10% over posted speed limit for up to, say, a 2-minute period of time. If it's a situation where he's trying to get around something, we can measure it precisely, how many seconds he's been doing it, and then we can actually provide a history on a map with the speed versus limit every second, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes. So it allows you to have that coaching conversation with the driver and to try to help them understand what your expectations are as a fleet manager, as a safety manager, as an owner, okay? AI-based video. So for those who don't know what AI video is, it's artificial intelligence. It's just a fancy word for the computer is looking at the video, okay? But what the computer is able to do now with a high degree of accuracy in the cameras that we offer, it's able to very accurately identify cell phone use, distracted driving, looking out the window, eating, drinking, smoking, not wearing my seatbelt. All of those are events that the camera technology recognizes with a high degree of accuracy. And we build that information into driver safety scorecards. And so by combining the telemetry and the AI video system into one place, you can do a much better job managing your entire driver base. That can be used multiple ways. So some people think of it, well, I don't want to beat the driver up because he's got all these dings in his scorecard. We have a Fortune 100 customer that uses this technology. They have 1,500 drivers that they're managing, and they have said as a company that improving driver performance is very important to them. But instead of deducting things from drivers or penalizing drivers, they've decided they're going to pay a bonus, a safety bonus, on a quarterly basis, and they pay it to the top third of drivers with driver safety performance. So what you have is a two-way conversation going on between the driver and the dispatcher or the safety manager, because the driver's paying attention every day to make sure that he doesn't get an event that's going to cost him a potential bonus at the end of the quarter. So it's a way to turn something that can be a negative conversation, you turn it around and you make it a reward, and drivers really respond to that. They've seen their safety improve every quarter. Fuel optimization software, so we can tell exactly how much fuel is being consumed in the truck, and we can show you the differences from vehicle to vehicle, and that enables you to optimize and figure out how can I squeeze out that last tenth of a gallon, right, that last tenth of an MPG. We do offer trailer tracking, so basically all of this data flows into one system. You don't have to have a portal for trailers and a different one for video and a different one for HOS. It's all one integrated system. And then load execution, what we're going to talk a little bit about today. That's the ability, what load execution is in our world it's the ability for us to send that load information to the mobile driver to get the acknowledgement that, yes, that's what I'm doing, and then to provide the driver and the dispatcher with all the documentation that needs to be there. So an example of that would be bill of lading, electronic bill of lading information. Could be scale tickets that the driver has captured. We do have one of our customers buys a lot of automobiles from auction. And so they need a gate pass to go pick up vehicles in remote areas. They can actually attach that PDF into the driver's document file, and then the driver can just pull it up on his phone and show the gate, and it will open for him. So there's a lot of advanced capabilities here. It also has a two-way communication system. So it can do asynchronous communication. If you guys remember the old Nextel system or a walkie-talkie system, you don't want to necessarily be bothering the driver while he's driving. But I can basically push to talk, and I can send him a voice message from my dispatcher, and then when it's safe, he can play that message, and he can respond verbally. And then, as I said, the whole concept is you want to bring all this into one place, one dashboard that has all the information you need to run your fleet. So key differentiators, I talked about edge computing and kind of explained what that is, but it provides a massive benefit to the fleet in terms of the amount of data that can be analyzed and giving you better answers to improve your operation. Agile and quick development, so most of our customers will come to us and say, yes, I like this technology, but I need to integrate to X, whatever X is. Maybe it's a TMS system, maybe it's a maintenance system, and our answer is, if you will tell us what you want to integrate to, and you can give us the API, the documentation, and give us the token we need from your provider, we can typically build that integration in 2 to 4 weeks, depending upon the demand on our team. So they're very quick integrations. It's not, wait for months and months and months to try to get the integration done. And then US-based support, I touched on that, but this company is based in Knoxville, Tennessee. All of our support representatives are US-based, except for our foreign language support, which we do support Spanish as a foreign language. We have a lot of customers who have Spanish-speaking drivers, and they prefer to speak in Spanish. So let's talk a little bit about the evolution of ELD. So you guys are probably remember the timeline, 2015, the rule was published saying this is coming. In 2017, the rule was finalized and the compliance date was set for December of 17. And at that point, fleets either had to be ELD or they had to at least meet the AOBRD standard. So that was kind of the initial timeline for the implementation. But those AOBRDs were grandfathered for an additional 2 years. So if you were running AOBRD, you could continue up until the end of 2019. And in 2019, AOBRDs are done. No one can use them anymore. It all has to be to the ELD standard. And then if you look at kind of where we're at now, we're 4 years past that. And now we have a lot of customers who have been ELD customers come to us and they say, I want this kind of data. I want to see my miles per gallon. I want to see the safety of my drivers. I want to be able to cut out all this wasted effort and paperwork. And so that's the tools that are being built now into this load execution concept. Okay? So critical factors. It's not just about building technology. There's a lot of people who write a lot of technology that don't support it. They just throw it out there. They give you a manual maybe or an 800 number to call overseas, and then they don't support you. So for us, we view success as not just collecting the money for our services, but actually delivering value year over year to you as our customer. So that's our approach. If we're not making you better every year, then we're failing as a supplier. So our job is to make your life better and your business better. So ELD is only part of the equation. It's kind of the basic table stakes that the government says you have to have. And in-cab technology is a tool that we're finding new uses for all the time. And it can improve the bottom line. And if you look, you need to ask yourself, the technologies you're using today, how are they making you better every year? It's a very competitive industry, right? There are 600,000 plus registered carriers. For you to be successful, you need to use your data, and it is your data. It's not my data. It's your data. You own the truck. You need to find a partner who will help you use your data to make your profits improve, right? And so you need to defend that privacy. So 2023, we're going to load execution and things that are coming next and beyond. Some of you may remember this scene from Toy Story. Buzz jumps off, he hits the ball, and he lands on his feet. So that's kind of where we're going with load execution. We're finding new uses for this technology every day, and it is improving on almost a weekly basis. So what's included in load execution? So in load execution, you have a digital shared solution for all the documents that you need to carry out logistics, okay? That's capturing documents, it's sharing documents, it's transmitting documents, okay? So you've got to have a bill of lading, you may have a packing list, you may have a material safety data sheet if you're hauling a hazmat product. There are all kinds of documents that the driver could be called upon at any time to produce. What this does is it gives you a digital file that is accessible to both the admin of the company or the dispatcher and the driver. Both sides can put things in the file and can use the file, okay? And it's a comprehensive fleet management system. Loads are digitally delivered direct to the driver. And then what really sets this technology apart is we're literally getting down now to where we're able to measure inches and seconds, okay? So this is not your old system where, I see where the driver was 5 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago. Literally, we can click on one of our trucks and you will get live telemetry, live communication ability with no lag, okay? So you wanna know where the guy is? Click the live button, and you'll actually watch his vehicle move, updating once a second. How fast is he going? Where is he going? What's the RPMs? What's the altitude? All that information gets updated. And then basically the creation of these digital file systems, so all the paperwork that's required, the bill of lading, photographs, where is the load progressing? So this is a screen that shows you, for example, the progression of a load, right? So you as an admin can see at any point in that load's execution, what's the path, what's the route that's been assigned, and where is it, right? And if I need to see where it is right this second, I can click, I can go live, and I can see that as well. Advanced geointelligence. So that's just a fancy way of saying, hey, how far away is this guy from where he needs to be? So for example, if I'm delivering a product to Chicago, I could set a polygon, a geofence around the customer's property, and then I can set automatically radiuses around that or circles around it. And I can basically set those at 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever you want. And as the truck gets closer to those, it will actually fire off a notification not only to me as a dispatcher, but I can have it go to my customer's email. I can have it go to my customer's cell phone, and they'll start getting notifications. Load number 1234 is at 50 miles out. It's at 20 miles out. So it allows your customer to see what you're seeing, right? And that's a choice that you can make if they need that precise information, and you can eliminate a whole lot of phone calls with that kind of technology. So that is what advanced geointelligence is. You can also tell how much time has my driver spent in a location. You could even take that information and then automatically build detention, for example, if you have it in your contracts, and you've got all the data there to prove it. Okay? So what are the benefits? We want to save drive time, right? That's really what drives the profitability of our businesses as truckers, is how many miles am I able to travel? If I can save drive time by making all these other admin processes easier, I can get more miles on a given day or a given cycle, right? That drives profitability. Instant visibility to these digital files for the back office. You don't have to wait for the driver to get back. He can capture those remotely as he's going down and doing his job day to day, at times that he's maybe waiting on load or unload. He can give you all the documentation and then you have it instantly. You don't have to wait. You look at streamlining systems, reducing operating costs. So now you're talking about potentially one technology system that has everything you need. You've got in-cab technology. You've got the AI camera systems. You've got all your load execution, all working together in one system without all the hassle of trying to integrate to other providers. It's designed to be easy to use, right? The driver only has one app. One app, it does all that he needs. It does his ELD. It provides commercial turn-by-turn directions. It helps him manage his time. It helps him execute his loads, okay? So one app to rule them all. And then you get live updates, which can eliminate the uncertainty, right? The fact that you've got this precise information, you can set these advanced geointelligence levels, and then that can handle a lot of that, take a lot of that communication out where you may be getting phone calls today. And it improves the back office productivity. You're not losing paperwork, it's digitally captured, and it allows you to expedite your billing process. You can get paid faster. That's important. Cash flow is king in the business. And so you get instantaneous updates, both for you as a carrier and for potentially the shipper. You can expose this information to the shipper. So what do we call all this? You know, you came to a session called Digital Load Execution, but what you're really seeing is what we call Transportation Platform as a Service. So the idea that no matter what my needs as a carrier, I can use one platform and not have to integrate it to other systems. I can get all the needs that I have met in this one platform. So it allows professional carriers to expect that we're going to provide robust solutions and partnerships, right? We don't want to just win your business today. We want to win your business at 5 years and 10 years and beyond, because we're focused on helping make our customers the very best carriers they can be, and you guys are the ones that are providing the needs of customers, of shippers. And to the degree that we make you more effective and more profitable, we'll be successful too. We'll be a part of the journey to help you. We try to make the integrations that are needed seamless on your side. So we do all the heavy lifting. We contact the integration partners and get the work done. So that's kind of what TPaaS is, Transportation Platform as a Service. And the concept is it's one call to solve it all, right? And when you hire Connexial, you're not just buying a product or buying a subscription. You're buying the ability to get all of your needs met by one technology company. So, you guys have been a very kind audience. Thank you for listening, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you guys might have. So, do we have any questions? Yes.
So within your software, because it captures all of the load information, is
Yes, we can. It depends on what your accounting system is, but if it has an API, we can basically build a link to that API. Yeah, so that's a very good question. Also, think about driver pay, right? Some people use a driver pay system. We're actually going to be rolling out a driver pay system later this year, but we can integrate that kind of information as well. Good question. Yes, sir.
So, to your census,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
is there a login for, like, say I have a customer that
Right.
wants to log in and see
Yeah.
where the truck is? Do you have a separate login for that customer?
We can definitely give you a URL that you can send to the customer, which would show them just that load that they're doing with you and the steps that are being done. The other way we can do it is we can have it fire off those emails or SMS to whatever phone number or email that the customer has, if that's more convenient. So there's two different ways to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're like me and you order something you're waiting on from Amazon, I'm logging into UPS trying to see where it's at, but the best I ever get is out for delivery. Well, with this, yeah, I can see exactly where it's at and how far away it is and when it's going to be here, right? That's the concept. We want to take that churn out of the process. Other questions? Okay. Well, if you guys do want to come see us, we're kind of at the end of the show, but it's booth 61129, and we're in the West Wing. But you're also welcome to call us anytime. The number is 865-888-MY20. So we're happy to talk to you guys anytime, and if we can help any of you, we're all about that. So we're service first. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Thanks.